Sweetwood Reviews. Hey, what's up, guys? Yep, we're going to be discussing Lethal Weapon today. Lethal Weapon is a 1987 American buddy cop action thriller film directed by Richard Donner and written by Shane Black. And let's get to the basic plot here. In Lethal Weapon, a pair of mismatched LAPD detectives, Martin Riggs, a former Green Beret who has become suicidal following the death of his wife, and veteran officer and family man Roger Murtaugh, work together as partners. Now, this was produced by Silver Pictures, the music by Michael Kamen and Eric Clapton, distributed by Warner Brothers. Release date, March 6th, 1987. Had a budget of $15 million and at the box office made $120.2 million. So that made a lot of pretty good money right there. So I will get into the plot. Following the recent death of his wife, LAPD narcotics sergeant Martin Riggs, a former Special Forces soldier, has become suicidal and erratic. Despite the protests of police therapist Stephanie Woods, Captain Ed Murphy believes Riggs is faking his psychosis to be forcibly retired with a generous pension, and partners him with fellow war veteran and seasoned homicide sergeant Roger Murtaugh. Riggs and Murtaugh do not get along well at first, as Murtaugh is equally dismissive of Riggs' mental state, but is convinced Riggs is genuinely suicidal. Murtaugh is contacted by former Vietnam War film Michael Hunsaker, ostensibly to help his daughter Amanda escape her life of prostitution, drugs, and pornography. But she kills herself by jumping from an apartment balcony before he can. Her autopsy shows she was fatally poisoned with tainted drugs, and indicating she was potentially murdered. Riggs and Murtaugh attempt to question Amanda's pimp, but are ambushed after finding cocaine on the premises, forcing Riggs to kill the pimp and save Murtaugh. The final lead is Dixie, a prostitute who witnessed Amanda's death, whom the pair believed may have poisoned her. Dixie's home explodes as they arrive, and a corpse is later recovered. Riggs locates components of a mercury switch explosive among the debris, especially explosive he recalls being used by CIA mercenaries in Vietnam. The suspect is detailed by neighborhood children who noticed he had an elite Special Forces tattoo similar to Riggs. Suspecting Hunsaker is withholding information, Riggs and Murtaugh visit him at Amanda's funeral. He reveals that during the Vietnam War, he worked for Shadow Company, a defunct CIA paramilitary unit tasked with destabilizing the local heroin trade. Following the war, the ex-CIA agent mercenaries and soldiers involved reformed Shadow Company. The now criminal organization began shipping large quantities of heroin from Southeast Asia to the United States. under the leadership of retired General Peter McAllister. And his right-hand man, Mr. Joshua. Hunsacker's role as a banker allowed him to make the illicit funds seem legitimate. Hunsaker initially called Murtaugh to confess and turn the witness against Shadow Company, but McAllister and had Amanda killed in retaliation. Joshua arrives in a helicopter and kills Hunsaker before escaping. He later attempts to kill Riggs in a drive-by shooting, so Riggs' death is faked to give him Murtaugh an advantage. Concerned Murtaugh knows too much, Shadow Company kidnaps his daughter, Brienne, and forces to meet him at the El Mirage Lake. Riggs provides sniper support to help him escape, but all three are captured and taken to a nightclub basement, a Shadow Company front. Riggs and Murtaugh are tortured for information until Riggs escapes, kills several Shadow Company members, and frees Murtaugh and Brienne. Although Joshua escapes, Murtaugh kills McAllister. Deducing Joshua will seek revenge at Murtaugh's home, Riggs and Murtaugh ambush him. Riggs defeats him in a brawl, but chooses not to kill him. Police officers start to take Joshua into custody, but he breaks free, takes an officer's revolver, and attempts to shoot Riggs and Murtaugh. The pair return fire, killing him. A short time later, after visiting his wife's grave, Riggs shares Christmas Day dinner with Murtaugh and his family. He gives Murtaugh a hollow point bullet he had been saving to commit suicide, as he no longer needs it. And that is the plot. Now, to my thoughts on this film is an absolute classic. I love it from start to finish. Mel Gibson and Danny Glover do a great job together. One particular scene I like is when sorry about that, but it's when sometimes I think about eating a bullet, got the hollow point just for doing the job right. I think of a reason not to do it every single day. Now, I think that was a great line by Mel Gibson in there. And I also like seeing, for the interrogation scene of Mel Gibson, Al Leong was the interrogation guy. But he gets killed off, but it was cool seeing Al Leong in here. It was pretty cool. We got a great cast here. Mel Gibson as Martin Riggs, Danny Glover as Roger Murtaugh, Gary Busey as Mr. Joshua, which Gary Busey played a damn good villain. I particularly liked seeing Gary Busey play the villain of this. He's a great villain. And him and Mel Gibson did a great final fight scene together. That was something else, it was. Mr. Ryan as General Peter McAllister. He did good, but he wasn't as good as Gary Busey. Tom Atkins is Michael Hunsaker. Darlene Love is Trish Murtaugh. Tricia Wolf is Rihanna Murtaugh. And another scene I really like was that Mel Gibson was at the Christmas tree. At the Christmas tree, busting those drug dealers. That was a funny scene too. That was a really good scene of the movie. And I think this film is very, very iconic. It's a cult classic. Made a whole franchise. 3 more films, a television series, and a possible 5th film coming on the way somewhere, somehow. And this film is a great, great classic. I love this movie. And it is a Christmas movie. Just saying, it's a Christmas movie. Kind of like Die Hard, but that's another story, you know. And I certainly really enjoyed this movie. The leads do great. The whole cast is good. There's plenty of action. There's good comedy. And Lethal Weapon is such an enjoyable film. It really is. It was well directed. Mel Gibson and Danny Glover do a great job together. it's just overall, it's a real phenomenal film, and it's a very special film. So, overall, I love Lethal Weapon. It's a great film. So that is my review. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. What do you guys think? And put it in the comments below. Take care.